ears.
And then you throw them, right?
I know, that's the gag, but it doesn't work online.
Oh. I mean,
Neither just walk this way.
I can't just throw my ear like at the camera.
What we need are corn, like ears of corn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be a corny ear joke.
Ah! It's fucking hot out here. I think I boiled my brain at work.
Nice.
So, session 15.
15 sessions already? Oh.
This can... God, when is this game going to be over?
I just can't believe it. Like, I was like, yeah, we're just getting started. This Olengrav thing.
Yeah, it's starting to pick up. 15 sessions in. All right. So when we left off, Nico and Ganya and Peter had just murdered 3 demon things in the library with a candlestick. Mm-hmm. There were no candlestick involved. I'm sorry. I thought we were playing Clue. And Vitaly was hanging out at the beaver hut, waiting for Spartak, his mentor, to show up. Is that right?
That has to become the taxidermist's actual name in the world now. The
beaver hut.
No, that's awful.
And all the men show up by accident, going, "This is a brothel." Oh,
God damn it!
And the thing is, all that's waiting for them is.
And yet they're intrigued to buy some taxidermy.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now that you mention it, we don't have a good mantelpiece.
It almost makes me want to commission a taxidermist to do a staring beaver, but I don't know.
I think the challenge would be getting a taxidermist to make a beaver whose like expression you can reflect whatever emotion you happen to be feeling onto it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you look over and you're pretty sure that it's got a knowing look on its face. Other times it's just looking at you in utter disappointment. But it never changes.
It's the meta beaver.
The meta beaver.
Whoa.
Wow. So this is the beginning of a RPG session. So in the library after sifting through the books, checking around, you guys finally find your father unconscious, bleeding from a head wound. It's hard to know how bad it is. There's a lot of blood, man. There's a lot of blood.
Of course there is.
And my father's been pretty vocal about not being a believer, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Man, that's rough, buddy.
So what do you do? What's your guys' plan at this point?
I
should say bleeding profusely. It's still bleeding, which tells you 2 things. Number 1, he's still alive. For now.
Number 2, we have to apply a bandage to his head and do an untrained medicine roll, or he gets worse.
Tell me somebody has some amount of like fix me up skill.
Doctrine kind of sounds like doctor.
I don't think it works that way.
Fork it in, right?
Doctrine into talk. No.
I have
anatomy that help to know where to apply the best amount of pressure.
It would be a good helping die. If you wish to stop the bleeding, first of all, who's doing it, and tell me what you do, and then we'll.
Well,
since I have a helping die, I wouldn't mind opening it if anybody else does not object.
Well, you have a die that can help you, but you can't fork into a beginner's luck.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Can you help beginner's luck? No.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, then I can help someone.
Yes.
Man, how is it that I have no skills for this?
No one made a murder doc this time.
That's right.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
Nobody has any.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Peter knows he has no skill with this. He's kind of putting his hopes and prayers in the moment on the fact that there's someone still on the grounds that can help take care of this.
Yes.
Even if it's someone like, the Hound Master who tended to the dogs, even though actually no, because the Hound Master's still alive. If the Hound Master would tend to the dogs and stitch up wounds, he might be able to at least do the similar kind of thing on a human, even though it wouldn't be as pretty. So Peter is going to trust that his brother and Ganya can at least keep this situation somewhat normal as he peels out of there and tries to find someone that can help.
Okay, so that sounds like circles. So appropriate skills. I'm looking to see what kind of things people would have around here.
Somebody who's bound to have mending.
Field dressing.
Field dressing.
Field dressing, bloodletting, surgery, or apothecary.
Well, and some servants would have those skills because if a servant got an injury, they'd take care of it in-house as best they could instead of using the master's money to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me find the circles obs really quick.
The question.
Even if it's a lady who's now a head cook or something, but when Nico and I were younger, used to be our nurse and take care of us when we got all the scrapes and bruises you get from being a kid.
So there it is. All right, circles obstacles. It's going to be rough. You're looking for somebody with a specific skill.
And right the hell now.
And right the hell now. 1, 2, 3. You're looking at an ob 5 circles test. If you fail, then you'll absolutely find somebody who will be willing to help. That they're on the licensed KM's payroll may mean that helping to stop the bleeding isn't what they do.
Oh,
Okay. Nico, since this is your house as well, would you like to come out with me and as my kid so we can run together, aka give me a helping die?
Circles is a 2.
I'll take a helping die.
We're talking ob 5. What are you at?
I'm at a 3, so if you help me, it'll be a 4.
So
Do you have
4
any-
dice on ob 5.
Do you have affiliation or reputation that you can leverage?
The Boyer family?
Yep.
And then Church of the Triad Expert Swordsman don't do me any good.
Oh boy. So how many dice are you sitting at here?
As I'm running, Sean, I'm calling to the Triad saying, please, help me find help for my father. Yes, I'm being cheesy, but I'm making my circles test open-ended, goddammit.
All right.
Alright. If I fail, of course, it is not open-ended.
This is true.
I mean, I'll help.
Okay, I got 3, so I needed 2 for my open-ended. So I got it.
Okay.
Alright. Okay,
So the scene is set that Dad is bleeding. We don't know how bad.
Yeah.
But the actions that we're taking, and time is of the essence here, is that Peter is running off to find somebody. What is Ganya? You're the one that's going to try and do the heals. You're going to apply some sweet heals.
No, we're trying to find someone to come do the sweet heals.
Okay.
So I mean, if you do it, then I can help with anatomy.
But if you stay there and help heal, I'll get one less dice on my circles roll.
Yeah.
With the chance of finding someone who actually can actively do it trained.
Yeah. So
go ahead. I'll just go ahead and try to open it.
But if you fail, that's the intent failed, and if we bring a doctor in, they can't do anything because the intent to fix our father has already failed.
No, there's a difference between stopping the bleeding and treatment.
Is there?
Yes.
But if she fails to stop the bleeding, then the doctor can't stop the bleeding.
Well, yeah. Then shit gets worse. Like.
But then he can still treat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think treating's harder if you're bleeding.
Well, yeah, because if you bleed, the wound goes up to the next.
Yeah. Do we know what he's at, or are you keeping that secret?
It's a head wound that's bleeding pretty bad.
Right now, he is at severe.
Oh, that ain't good.
Yeah, three guys down.
Well, I could try to persuade his head to stop bleeding.
Please.
Stop it!
That's that sad moment on the battlefield when you're sitting there rocking the person going, no, and you're just like stroking them over and over again.
God.
All right, I'm gonna spend 2 persona on this.
All right.
I think of all about the two beliefs that I've got about protecting my brother and saving my father, going with my brother serves both purposes. It's protecting him if there's anyone left here, and it's also, I think, if we're all looking at each other like, fuck, I don't know how to put a bandage on, then it's going to make the most sense that I go help Peter. So I will help your circles roll. Here's an imaginary die.
Yay!
So,
yeah, I'll help too, because we might as well do this first, and if this fails, then we can try to open.
Do you have ties with nobility that would allow you to circle up people, help with a noble court?
No.
Do you have any servitude paths that would allow you to help?
I have servitude as circle.
I have urchin, but it's not.
Yeah, that's city.
Because I have.
I would love your help, Ganya, but I don't think I can actually accept it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, for circles, I have outcast, noble, city, and servitude.
Yeah, and I think you can get them from servitude, and if you're born into the noble, Sean, you can also circle the noble court setting, correct?
No, those are two different things.
Okay, then I don't think I can actually circle anybody up because I'm born noble.
You're not in court.
Okay.
Noble court is like the functionaries and like sycophants and everything that surrounds like kings or dukes.
I always thought it was like important servants to the nobles and stuff like that. So.
No, noble court is like the people who are at the ruler's court specifically. That hold like positions. Being born noble means like noble families, that sort of thing.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to drop my 7 dice here.
So
open-ended.
Whoa! Hold on. If you don't, so you're circling from noble. You're assuming that she's of noble birth.
I don't know. I'm just looking for. I don't know if I can.
That she is present in the noble circles. That's what that means. That's where you know her from.
That's true. I don't know if I can do that. Then I don't know if I can look up one of my father's servants or somebody on the grounds because I think father was the only noble on the grounds.
That is true. Everybody else is servants and whatnot.
That's why I'm wondering if I'm the logical one to do this test.
You have to roll it then, sir.
So if that's the case, I'm sitting.
If that's the case, then I can't pray for you to be open-ended.
Well, you can't, but that's okay. So if that's the case, we're still are we still ob 5?
You are still ob 5.
Even if it's in my circle.
It's because you're looking for somebody with a specific skill and that you need them right now. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Gotcha. Okay, I do have the reputation son of the Boyer clan.
And yes, you can totally leverage that.
Okay, so I'm sitting at 3 dice. Would anyone like to help me?
I can help you. I can't help you. None of us can help you because we don't have the circles to help you.
So no one else can help me.
Nope.
You're looking at Ob 5.
Oh, Persona.
This is where shit gets real.
I had so much of you. You know what? Father can't accept me back into the family on my terms if the fucker's dead. So, I think this is a pretty huge deal.
Is it Deedsworthy huge?
No, I don't think it's fucking on a 2. On fucking 2 dice, woo!
Well, you could see what you could get as many dice as you could, and then re-roll the failures, which could have more impact.
I can always choose that after the fact.
Yeah.
I'm debating 2 or 3 Persona.
Wait, so your circles is a 2?
My circles is a frickin' 2.
Wow.
Because here's the bullshit. I've got 2 difficults, 2 challengings, 1 fucking routine, and it's a 2. I need one routine for it to ping.
That's why you need to find circle people that we can all help on, and then we can give you a shit ton of dice so you actually have the dice.
No shit. All right, so I think I'm gonna burn. I think I'm gonna burn 2 Persona.
5 dice.
So I got 5 dice.
Okay.
So that's 6. Oh god, and no one else. The only other thing I've got is an affiliation with the Carnival, and I don't think that counts because that's outcasts.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So 5 dice. Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. See how it.
Oh.
Fucking seriously. However,
Yay.
I have a call-on trait for you. I have Familiar Fates, which I believe allows me to re-roll all my failures again. If I'm
Yes,
not...
it does.
That is what a call-on trait will do.
Nice. So there's 4 more dice. That help, kinda. So
Yeah.
Open up that 6 again, eh?
let's burn a fate. To
We only need 2 more, Sam.
fucking come on,
Oh.
Jesus.
Dude, you could deeds and get how many more rolled dice? 2 more rolled dice. Because there's 2 failures sitting in there right now.
You know, I'm not burning a deeds point on this.
You don't love our father.
So I assume I don't get the test. Not that it matters.
No, you get the test.
Yeah, I get. A
And
challenge.
we
I
find
can
someone who's
fucking-
not going to heal our father, but who's going to make sure he passes on.
So
Oh, that was nice.
the servants, like as you frantically like start questioning everybody, they eventually lead you to one of the kitchen staff, not the one that you guys had found before. No, I take that back. Yes, the one that you guys had found before. In fact, the one that you had stopped to put your coat over her.
Yep.
Because it hurts a little more that way?
Yeah, it really does. I stopped to be nice. I stopped to be nice and show and like get like, hey, okay, so you're really reinforcing where you want Nico's personality to go, Sean. I like that.
I love you, Sam. I do.
I know, Sean.
Yeah. So yeah, they sort of direct you back to her. Saying, oh, she's been the one that's helped to patch up, the kitchen staff's burns and like well known she had children of her own at one point and learned knows how to take care of these sorts of things.
Oh, and so her steel's 1 higher as well.
Hey, Sean.
Just in case. Yes.
Before the helper gets there, I wanna ask Cornelius a question. Is he conscious?
He is not conscious.
Damn it.
He is unconscious.
Well, I
If
guess I'll be changing my third belief.
If, if you wanted to like you're there, like you and Peter are there with the with his unconscious body. If you guys, if there's anything that you guys wanted to do, that's totally fine. No, I didn't mean it to be like creepy.
Bow chicka wow wow.
See, now you're speaking.
Come on. He's holding you there with his unconscious body.
You want to see my magical sword, Ganya?
Talk to him.
It
God.
pierces everything.
This is not my fault. Not my fault.
So I guess I could check his pockets.
Are you rolling my dad?
He's only mostly dead.
Get a miracle pill.
Only
I don't have
parts
any
of him are dead.
chocolates to coat the rocks with.
No, you he like as you're kind of letting him out, getting books off of him. You can see he's got like his hand, like it's mostly limp because he's unconscious. But he's got like a handful of like papers. In one hand, he didn't let go of them all the way.
I shall.
It looks like, yeah, probably the whatever, you know, he was attacked and the shelf got knocked over while he was carrying them, or while he was holding them. So there's some, you know, some blood on him.
Do I have read? I have read. Okay. What are the take papers?
Take papers. You take the papers. You have papers.
Read papers.
Read paper.
It's some pretty dense language. Like it's in it's in the common tongue of Olengrav.
It's dense enough we have to make a read roll to decipher it.
Yeah, to
gotta
like
be
parse
careful.
the language.
Okay, I'm not gonna look at that right now. I'm gonna just be praying over him right now at the moment.
Okay. So eventually, Nico comes back with the woman still wrapped in his, like, still with his jacket or cloak. I can't remember which it was.
No, I think it was off of somebody else.
Okay. Off
I was pretty sure. I thought it was yours. I thought you gave her yours.
No, he said he ripped off a shirt from someone else. And then
Yeah, from someone that was already
like a
gone.
dead body.
Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't need it.
You take a bloody rag.
They weren't using it.
Yeah, and like she sees him, and you know is like, all right, my lord, give him some space. He needs room to breathe. And she sort of kneels down by the body and makes sort of a show of like, you know, examining the wound. She does wipe off some of the blood, and you can see like there's a big old like gash across his head and part of his face. Like any closer, it would have taken an eye. And he's looking quite pale almost as soon as she wipes it off. Like the blood just wells up again, and because you know how head wounds go.
Hooray!
And she like kind of tries to keep her back to you guys while she does something. You can't really tell what, but like it's a couple, like within a couple of seconds you can see she's not patching him up, and in fact like you can see she's got one hand down, and when you get closer she's clamping her hand down over his mouth. What do you guys do?
I'm tackling the bitch off.
You're gonna tackle her.
Yep.
Or box her face, because I have boxing. I don't know what tackle.
There's not even a question there. Like you know, once you see that she is not helping, you fucking tackle her. She goes. The two of you go tumbling in there, and she's screaming, "No, no! You don't know what they're gonna do to me!" And like just breaks down, starts weeping, like clawing impotently towards your father.
I grab her by the hair and pull her back.
Oh yeah, you can totally do that.
Pissing me off.
She yeah, she's screaming, like grabbing her hair, trying to hold on to release the pressure, so you're not like yanking directly on her scalp. It's not working too well.
And then she finds a sword point touching her throat, and Peter says in a very slow, low voice, "Why would you try to kill Cornelius Boyer?"
And like once you have her at her mercy, like her eyes well up with tears, and she's just like, they have my son, my lord.
Is there any? Is she telling the truth? Can I tell that she's just telling the truth, or do I need to make some kind of roll?
No, she's not lying.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's not that precisely, they've got some kind of leverage over.
Okay.
Yeah, she like she just spills. She's like they made me leave the they made me lead him here. They made me leave the doors unlocked. Not that it helped.
Sword gets put away. Peter will kneel down and say, "Where?" No, he says, "I can help you get your son back, but you have to help us keep our father."
She looks over and she's like, I don't know if I can actually help, my lord.
I point at the shriveled up, charred remains of the demons, and I say, "You know we can fight the darkness. You know we can get your son back. You better pray you can heal our father."
No pressure.
And like he's not like, "Yes, it's nice." It's like he's like, turning red, and it's like creeping up his neck, and then his vein throbbing.
Why don't you give me an intimidation roll?
Okay.
You'll get an advantage die. She's already pretty freaked out. She has pretty good motivation to not help you.
Okay. Does anyone else want to help me with this?
Sure.
Have intimidation?
I'll help.
I actually am not going to help, and here's why. Because while you guys are threatening her,
You're going on your instinct?
oh God! Oh!
See, that's a perfect excuse not to give us a helping guy, because you don't want to be a part of intimidating the peasants.
Oh, I love it, because what I'm actually doing is trying to save Dad, but I will not. Well, no, because my instinct is I can't let servants be treated with disrespect.
Your brother has a sword to her throat.
Go against it.
Haley, do you want to help anyway?
Yeah, I'll help.
What are you helping with? And
So
how are you doing it?
I'll help with persuasion and just saying, look, there are people who are willing to help you, but they have to have it on good faith that you're not going to stab them in the back. So try to help us here, and we can help you.
Looking at it, I don't think that this fits the instinct, because they're not being disrespectful to her. Like, they're not
Right.
dismissing her like she's poor. She tried to kill my dad.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's pretty legit.
But you could totally get a fate for playing against it because it's still fitting enough in a way. But that's okay. If you don't want to play against it, that's okay.
It doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think if I can set up a linked test to help. So I suppose the intent has to be there to set up a link test, and I can't do that unless the.
You could do, if you have like soothing platitudes or something else like that, that would fit the instinct a little bit of still being nice to the servant and helping out.
And what's you're doing an interrogation?
I'm doing an intimidate. She used persuasion to help. Basically, kind of good cop, bad cop.
Seems like
I think I know I can't help Dad. Otherwise, I would have helped him right away. If she can help, and that makes sense. I think I'll help with. With rhetoric, if that makes any sense.
You're gonna make a logical argument against her.
And the way in which he's going to do that is this. You have worked for my father for a number of years. The Lycaeum has been here a very short time. We will survive this. You've seen what we can do to both demons and Lycaeum students. Help him, and we can help you. Don't. And I don't know if I can be held responsible for what my brother will do.
that sounds like intimidate.
It's logical.
Yeah, no, I think rhetoric's good.
Is that one or two dice to me, Sam?
It's a 3, so that's 1 die.
Okay.
So your ob is 3. You have 2 helping dice and an advantage die. And if you fail,
I'm going to ask you something kind of weird out of the box here, Sean, real quick.
what?
I made the roll because I was asking the Triad's help to find a way to help fix my father.
Okay.
Open-end the roll, but I didn't get it because he made the circles roll. But I still made the roll from earlier. Can I apply that to this? Because in a way, this is me trying to get my father the help. If it's too different, I understand.
Yeah, I don't want to.
That's cool. That's cool.
Waste the roll. So, sure.
Okay. What is her will?
It's your ob is 3.
Okay.
If you fail, then
Oh God! Don't look at that. Yep.
then
Trying too hard to.
I'm not looking. Well, no. If you fail, then it's like she totally understands that you were probably going to kill her, but she was promised that if he died, then her child would be released.
Okay. There's a lot of 1s and 2s there.
There are a lot of 1s and 2s there, and there are no 6s.
I'm gonna fate one of the failures because it's open-ended already.
Okay.
Hey!
So right now you're looking at what, 2 successes?
Fingers crossed. Yeah! Oh,
Wow.
Excellent.
and I'm spent. I have to go change my pants now.
Yeah, she caves. She it says that. I mean, she's not happy about it. But she knows she can't get out of it.
And then, real quick, Peter, he helps her to her feet, and as she stands up, he just suddenly he tightens his grip almost painfully on her hand, and oh shoot, I knew what I was going to say here, and I forgot what it was. And he says, he says, if you try to kill him again, you will not survive long enough to see your son.
And she kind of nods stiffly and turns to Nico and is like, Please, my lord, fetch me some hot water.
And everyone has noticed this is very un-Peter like. So
I will go and fetch water. I'll probably head to the kitchens. That seems to make the most sense.
Yep. Cool. So it takes a while, but she eventually she gets him patched up, bleeding stopped. She looks at him. She's like, "This, my lords, this is the extent of what I can do for him. I've bought you some time, but he needs somebody more wise than I. If he's to make a full recovery."
Okay, yeah, we'll do what we can. In the meantime, we'll try to keep his what's the word here? Lack of death. Not dead. We'll try to keep his survival quiet. In this wreckage, it would be hard to say what happened.
well, it's not horribly wrecked. We stopped the fires before they got too out of control, and so it's basically like parts of the house have been ransacked, but it's not all.
Yeah. No, it's
right.
Yeah, the house isn't any kind of real destruction. Some property's gotten damaged on the inside, but that's fine.
I mean, it would take a little bit of time to get any kind of word.
No.
Yeah. So, what is your guys' plan? Do you like take him back to town with you?
What? That's what I'm trying to think. What's more fitting to ride him back to town to get a doctor out here? What do you guys think?
I think we need to bring someone here. That's what's always been done, and moving him is probably not great. I think we can plot and scheme while Neil gets some screen time.
Yep. Okay. I just didn't know if you were gonna head back to meet up with them, or if you were gonna stay there.
My intent, if it helps, was to cash in favors with the Carnival.
So you'd ride in and grab them and get a doctor
I would ride in and pay, do what is necessary to get someone who can take care of Father.
Okay, and I would stand personal vigil over him until he woke.
Okay.
And you know what? I think I might go back to town and try to check up on Vitaly.
Okay. So there's horses in the stables. You guys can make a hard ride back to town, or back to the city proper, without any kind of problems. Ganya, it's you get back to the taxidermist shop. Vitaly, you're there.
Can I have read the papers on the way?
Probably not while you were writing.
Okay. Just checking.
Did you take them with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have the papers in your possession. Just want to make a note of that.
I have all the papers.
There we go. So I don't remember what time of day it was. I know that Neil, your mentor, was supposed to show up after dark,
Yep.
but I can't remember what the situation was with the rest of everybody and timelines. So
well, it would take us a while to get back to town anyway, so I guess.
Yeah. Ganya, you arrive. The two of you sort of arrive at about dusk, and I'm assuming you guys split up. You and Nico, like Nico off to deal with the Carnival lowlifes, and you to go back to check up on Vitaly. Okay, so it's just past dusk when Ganya kind of busts into uh, the shop. Uh, you've still got like blood on your clothes from having to deal with with Cornelius because there was a lot of it. Um, Vitaly, you're there alone waiting. Yes.
Yep.
Uh, you're and the others who had escaped or who had left the temple with you, Irina and fuck, what was the squire's name?
Yuri.
Yuri. Um, both have gone off to sort of pursue other things. Gathering supplies, that sort of thing. So yeah, you guys are both there.
Wait, they're gathering supplies, what, for the outreach program?
Yeah, they're going out like making contact with people and just doing fucking odds and ends and shit.
Got it.
The point is that they're not there. It is just Vitaly and the beaver.
Her name is Ganya. Jesus, Sean.
God damn it.
The beat is alive.
Wow. Okay. So yes, Vitaly is there when Ganya shows up.
Vitaly.
What? It happened to you.
Demons. Dark.
What? Where?
The Boyer estate. Cornelius is in a bad way right now.
What about Peter and Nico?
Peter stayed behind to watch over his father while Nico went to get a doctor.
Oh, we need to get back there.
So, did you find out anything while we were gone?
I was able to go speak with my old mentor, but only briefly. He's actually coming to meet me here at dark.
Which is...
Any moment now.
Yeah, do you want me to go upstairs, or do you think he'll mind this time?
He might be pretty uncomfortable speaking with you here. He was pretty nervous about speaking at the Lycaeum. I think he wants it to be a private conversation. I feel kind of bad deceiving my old mentor. But I'm going to trust you.
Okay, I'll be upstairs doing some light reading.
Doing some light reading of the sheaf of bloody documents you have in your hand. Okay, so you're up there reading, and it's like I said, it's dense freaking legalese is what it is.
And basically I said, just shout if you need help.
Okay.
As after she's gone upstairs, a short time later, you hear a tentative knock at the door.
And I just stupidly just open it wide open. Who is it?
And it's Kartak, Spartak. Sorry, I don't know why I put a K in there. I've got its name right here. Doing his best to look inconspicuous, which is kind of sad because he's not very good at it. And when he's looking inconspicuous, he looks kind of like a wizard standing out in front of the door. But like as you as you open it, he really quickly like slips in, shuts the door behind you, you know, and kind of like goes over to the window and like pulls back the curtain a little bit to look out. Uh, he's like, I can't, Vitaly, I can't be certain that I wasn't followed.
We should be safe here. No, nobody suspects much of that taxidermy shop.
Indeed, it is pretty That beaver is unnerving. And he kind of sighs to let off some of the tension and sinks down on a pile of furs. And he's like, my boy, I don't know what's going on anymore. When we started this school, it was to teach people, to give them command of the gift without the indoctrination of the church. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but things are not right.
That's all you know?
All I know, I don't know much of anything, lad. I've just got suspicions. The headmaster, he's doing things. The rumors are terrible, and I've of course, like everybody else, have heard of the murders, but I can't believe that it would be the headmaster.
I didn't want to believe it either, but things have come to light that have led me to believe that the rumors are true, that students with the gift are being killed in order to give students without the gift the abilities that they seek.
And he says, "Yeah, this is what I've heard, and that would explain why the why the cages or the specimen rooms in the basements have been restricted by the headmaster's apprentices."
Yeah, clearly I was sent to the school by my stepmother to be one of the sacrifices.
He kind of looks, but you were always so promising. And then he stops and he's like, well, you studied well.
Yeah, well, apparently I didn't have the temperament she was looking for. Or at least she didn't think I do.
Well, this can't stand, of course.
I need to know if you know of any other students who are would be willing to fight against this, or would at least would not go along with it.
Students, I think could be persuaded. It's the staff and the faculty that present a problem. Some of us, older teachers, we're being pushed out. Some of them have left the headmaster and his circle of cronies, of course, say that they quit due to all this political upheaval, but I don't think so.
No, I think it's important to your survival that you leave there.
Indeed, but we need to figure out what's what's going on. This has to be stopped. Whatever it is that they're doing.
I'm just not certain that the Lycaeum can be saved at this point.
He says, "No, I think, I think you're right, lad. I think the school is done for." And then he kind of pauses and he's like, "Perhaps there's some way that we could end it, but preserve what knowledge we have. There are dangerous things in there that are important for those of us with the gift, but it would be unfortunate if somehow they fell into the wrong hands. Not that they're not currently in the wrong hands."
Well, I found some people outside the Lycaeum who I can trust. Ironically, I found them in the church.
He wrinkles his nose somewhat distastefully. He's like, "Well, strange times makes for strange bedfellows. Yes."
Yeah, well, there's more trustworthy people to be found there at this point, or at any point for that matter, than the Lycaeum. So that's where I'm going to continue my studies at this point.
He kind of pats you on the shoulder. I can't blame you, lad. I can't blame you at all. And he kind of reaches into a pocket of his cloak, and he pulls out a key on a chain, and he's like, if that's the case, then you and your friends, and it's probably better if I don't know who they are or where they are, for their sake as well as mine. But this could prove useful. I managed to persuade one of the senior students to give it to me.
What is it to?
He says the specimen chambers in the lower quarters. Given the rumors, I haven't had the courage to look myself.
Well, thank you. Here's what I need from you, Spartak. If you know of any students, or if, as you instruct, if there's anyone else there that you think might be sympathetic to our cause, please send them to speak with me. If we're going to defeat the evil element inside the Lycaeum, we're going to need others with the gift.
Yes, of course. Vanya.
Huh?
Vanya is the man you want to speak with. Although he's been kept close by the headmaster's students. You have not studied under him yet. He's the master of summoning.
Okay.
I've spoken to him briefly, and he has his own misgivings about what's going on. Why they've been keeping him separate from us, from the rest of us. I don't know, but I think if you can reach him, he'll help you.
And I can find him in the Lycaeum?
Yes.
Well, then I'll need to find him quickly. It won't take long for word to spread that that I've left the Lycaeum and have aligned myself with these others.
True, lad, and I'll Well, I'm sure I've got enough squirreled away to find myself someplace safe to stay until this all blows over.
I hope it does blow over. Yeah. What was the name of the place across the ocean that my mother-in-law's working with?
Oh, Ravane?
Yeah. Perhaps Ravane would be a good place to take refuge.
It says indeed. Ooh, wasn't there some incident with the Ravane Duke?
You owe me new clothes first.
Possibly a new accent. Yes. Yes. Of course. I'll see about securing passage. Should I secure extra?
Sorry, I lost you at extra.
Oh, sorry. He's like, should I inquire about just shipping for one?
Yes.
You
I have reasons to stay. And while you're there, it's worth noting that Ravane
Yeah.
have no love for the Lycaeum, and I think specifically the evil element within the Lycaeum. So it might be worth speaking with the whoever Duke or whoever it was.
Yeah. Actually, they've when you were listening to them, they've kind of got a deal going with
Who's
the
got-
Lycaeum.
Oh,
The Ravani Duke.
oh, I thought he was pissed off at them for killing his sister.
No, he's pissed off at
The church.
yeah, and the
Oh,
the
shitballs.
lord of the city, and then they made a deal with him behind his back to back him when he decides to sail for war against Olengrav.
Right. Okay. Well, if you lay really low, that'll be a super safe place.
That's right.
If not, shit.
I hear Bermuda's really nice this time of year.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate you coming to meet with me and providing me with this key and this information. And if there's ever anything I can do to repay you, just ask.
It's just whatever it is that they're doing, lad. Just make them stop.
I plan to.
I'm sorry that this falls to you, but old men like me, we don't survive these types of conflicts.
Neither do young men like me.
Well, he's like, yes, I guess that's that then. Master Kozlov.
Spartak, be well. Take care.
He takes one more peek out the door, and he's like, if I have anything else of value to you, I'll find you.
I'll be right here. I'll be right here.
Right here. Yeah, and he goes. He slips out into the night, and leaves. Ganya, meanwhile, you've been upstairs poring over these. You have an actual link to a taxidermy beaver.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's crouched over. He's thinking about something.
That's right.
I figured the wizard just left and it was just Vitaly and the beaver for a second.
Just Vitaly and the beeve.
The
The name of my next band.
Vitaly and the Bees.
Yeah.
It's a good band name.
Anyway.
All right.
So, did
So
Ganya hear all of that?
Uh,
I,
yeah, probably caught some of it. He wasn't speaking particularly loudly, but he also wasn't whispering. Um, but she's been.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
know from experience that sound kind of travels in this joint.
yes, it does.
That's good.
You. Okay. Read.
yeah.
Ouch. All right. Like I said, this is a pretty hefty, like linguistically dense document. It uses weird words and whatnot. What's your intent with it? Like, do you want to know what it's like, a general overview of what it is, or are you looking for specific information in it, or what? Like, if you just want to read it, that's totally fine, and that'll give you kind of an overview. If you're looking for something specific within it, uh,
Well, I'm looking to see if anything would help our cause.
okay, yeah, totally. Um, so this is it is in fact a contract. It is contracts are ob 5 to read.
Okay.
Uh, if you fail, um, if you fail, like the language is just too, it's too dense. It's too it's like reading the fucking iTunes user agreement.
Right.
And like you're gonna know it's important, and that it's definitely a legal contract, and it's definitely a legal contract signed uh, by Cornelius Boyer and a not a barrister, effectively a lawyer. I can't remember what the actual life path is in here.
Magistrate.
Uh, it's either magistrate or
Magnate or something.
no. There is actually a sort of lawyer life path. I'll have to look it up.
Court lawyer.
It's not the court lawyer. There's a city.
Okay, so I have a 3 for read. Can I fork in rule of law?
Yes, you could absolutely fork in rule of law. Advocate. That's the one that I'm looking for. Yes, if you succeed, of course, you'll actually know what's going on.
Can I fork in write because I'm writing down notes as I go to jog my memory about referring back to other
Sure.
That's 5. And there's probably not a law book in the taxidermy thing, so I probably can't do.
Yeah. You could make a link test to see if there's one laying around, but it would be a pretty high scavenging test.
So it's an ob 5.
Yep. Ob 5 to read a contract.
So I have 5 dice, and I might as well spend a persona because I have some. To go ahead and add a dice to my pool. So I have 6. So let us see what the dice have in store. Vitaly, do you want to help?
I don't know if I have anything useful. Let me see.
You can help if you have read. You can certainly help with that.
All right, hold on just a second. Let me try to pull it up here.
Read or rule of law.
Sorry, my computer completely crashed a minute ago, so I lost all kinds of everything.
Oh.
Stupid computers.
I know. So now I'm on my little Chromebook.
I kind of want to get one of those.
I like it. I want one of the new ones. Alright, hold on. Google Docs. I can't remember if I have... I know I have either read or write, and I can't remember which one it is.
You probably have both of them if you're a student.
I think I have read, and I don't have write, but I have calligraphy, because it doesn't make any sense. So
Yep.
I can write really fancy nonsense.
Your gibberish is the best looking.
It is such good-looking gibberish that it would totally fool non-noble folks.
No, that's more like you can write, you just can't write like pen a letter. Like, how long would it take you to write something in calligraphy?
Right.
Because you don't know how to make like the regular fucking shorthand or whatever.
The normal letters, so I have to
Yeah.
like write in this fancy script all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and write is also like being able to put down your thoughts in a way that others.
No, that's composition.
Oh no, that's right.
Yep.
Forgot that's a separate skill.
Alright, I am trying to get over to that tab.
You could actually help with calligraphy, because a lot of this is calligraphy is what they also use for like legal documents and that sort of thing.
Well, okay. Well then, yeah, I'm definitely going to help.
Okay, so 1 dice from you. All right.
One.
Come on, dice. Okay, so I have 4 successes with a 6, so I'm going to blow up that 6.
Nice.
Now I only have 8. Hey! Oh no! Okay, 1 more. And that's 5 successes.
Awesome. Very nice. So both of you get to log op 5 tests for that. So
Was that a difficult?
you had how many dice minus your persona?
I had 3 with 2 helping dice, so I had 5.
You had five against
That's the
5.
helping dice from Vitaly.
So that would be a difficult test.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it's difficult for you, probably challenging for Neil.
Okay, cool.
So you guys, like, it takes time for you guys to parse it. Like, she's still going over it when you get done with your conversation, and you're both up there like the candle has sagged down to the nub by the time that you've parsed this fucking ridiculous thing. But what it boils down to is that Cornelius had gone clearly behind the back of the Lycaeum, who he had previously been funding, to drop a legal document that would let him basically off the hook.
Okay, so
Good.
withdraw funding, withdraw.
Right.
Support.
Yeah. And it's something that's happened recently, like within the last couple of days, maybe.
Is there a signature from somebody from the Lycaeum?
No, he went totally behind
Okay.
their backs. It's him, a lawyer, and a banker.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a pretty good clue as to why they might have come and tried to burn his house down.
Yeah. Maybe.
Hmm.
There's a lot of reasons they might want to burn his house down.
Dad, make sure your sons, who both know how to murder people, are there when you're gonna stab away.
Backstabbing.
Credit, really. Okay, so Vitaly, is there anything else you want to do, or do you think we should?
We need to get back to Peter.
Yeah. Okay.
You have one horse, two of you guys. You can ride doubles. It's fine.
Hop on my ride, kid.
What? Take a ride on my Lamborghini?
And while we're on the way, we discuss theory, if you wish.
Sure.
You know, real magic.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Meanwhile, Nico, you've rolled up to, and by roll I mean like your horse is on roller skates. No, you're. So you're heading to the part of town that the carnival performers like to hang out in. It's late. It's dark by the time that you get there. Anyway, it's just past dusk. What are you doing? What's your plan?
My plan is to go and start talking to people that I know in the carnival. People that I lived this life for a while on the road, and I had to have gotten cut once in a while since I obviously can't take care of myself. There had to be somebody to help patch me up when I, got into a really, really bad bar fight and the guy could run faster than me. When we did the knife throwing act and somebody had a couple drinks, fucking silence. Should have noticed that was the beginning of a trend. Type deal. And so there's got to be somebody in the carnival that has some sort of medical training that keeps everybody here alive when they're stabbed, gives birth to the unexpected children of dubious parentage. The children, not necessarily the doctor, although I'm not picky.
Okay.
And I'm thinking now makes as much sense as any to let the people know I'm talking to. I need to save my father. And his name is Cornelius Boyer. So I'm using my reputation as son of the Boyer clan.
Okay.
And my affiliation and trying to make that work for me. So I need someone with medical training in the outcast area here. And I need them right goddamn now. Which is really the best.
That is always the best.
Because there's really nothing like, burning all your persona to try and save your dad. When you're like, yeah, I'm good at circles. I made a routine test.
My two dice of circles. Sorry, I'm looking at the.
Or is this
tests?
Now here's what I'm wondering, Sean.
Yeah.
Do I have to change my intent because I'm getting a little bit of a smell of Let It Ride on this?
Why would this be Let It Ride? You're looking for a doctor in a completely different area among completely different people.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Sounds like it's not the case. I wanted to at least bounce it off because I have been my old D&D habits die hard. Sometimes they have whispers once in a while.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking to see if there's any life paths that would give an appropriate skill.
Are there frickin' none? Oh. They could have come from somewhere else, Sean.
Well, yes, I know.
There's got to be that doctor that, yeah, I can deliver the child of the noble lady who was traveling in a carriage, and that didn't end so well for me.
Uh, uh, yeah. We'll say Ob 4.
Nice. Nice. And I don't suppose there's anyone here who can help me.
No, you rode out here on your own. You and Ganya split.
Sean, I'm so close to that routine test. I'm so close. This is another goddamn difficult, though.
You've got a 2?
I have a 2.
And then you got one more
And
from...
I got one for Carnival and one for Cornelius, and one for Son of the Boyer. So I'm nice on Ob 4 again.
4 on 4 dice.
I'm pretty darn sure that's a difficult.
Do you want to? You could work carefully.
Yes, I absolutely. Well, okay. Does working carefully?
That puts you in a time bind.
A time bind, because awesome.
But it does. It will give you that extra die.
Yeah. I'll absolutely work carefully because I have to find the right person.
So now you're looking at 5 dice against an Op 4.
Yep.
Does that bring it to routine?
It does. 5 on 4 should be.
Oh, that's still difficult.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep, 5 dice, Op 4 or 5.
Jesus Christ! I can't.
I'm sorry if you could get one more die and
there's nothing I can fork. The only thing I could do is link test. And the only thing I could link test is like oratory to like draw the people out that I need their help.
Or a wise, if you had an appropriate wise. I don't know what an appropriate wise would be.
Oh God, law wise, forest wise, city wise, summoning wise.
What?
Goddamn demons attacked my dad.
Yep. I'm sorry.
Oh God, that sucks so bad. The only thing I can think of would be like oratory to stir people up and get them out of their tent since they're relaxing.
Yeah, what we gotta do is we gotta all work together at some point, Sam, and help you find someone easy, but we all throw in helping dice.
Oh fuck! I want to be good at circles, but it can't. Nothing can be simple. Thank you, Sean. It can be simple.
I'm sorry.
So I'm facing an Ob 4. I am gonna burn one persona because I do need some left. So there's that. 3 persona, 1 fate, 3 persona. Okay.
And if you fail, then the doctor is not the person you find.
Oh, that's nice. So I find someone else, huh?
Yeah.
Hooray. Because that'll go well. So we're Ob 3? Or Ob 4. Ob 4 and 5 on equivalent 4 dice. 1, 2, 3. I will happily burn the fate point to try and make this stupid thing happen. Of course it's a fucking failure. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, who do I find instead? Jesus.
So like,
Oh.
you know, you're going around and like it's you know, some people are in their tents or you know, in their wagons, you know, sleeping. Some people are out carousing, and it like as you're like asking around, trying to track down somebody who might be able to help you. You've been led to an ale house, a low rent ale house, and like you get in the door, and I imagine you're probably pretty frantic. Like,
yeah, I'd
at this
say
point
is appropriate.
And And it's one of those freaking dimly lit places. There's like
Of course.
people are smoking something in here.
Yep.
You don't know what.
Of course.
And as you come in, like prepared to ask, who works for the carnival, who can help. A familiar, grizzled, slightly slurred voice. Well, I didn't expect to see your face here, boy. And there in the alehouse is an older gentleman. His hands are not in particularly good shape. My mom just showed up. Good enough to fit around the handle on a flagon of ale. And he glares daggers at you.
Oh, it's the guy whose soul you crushed.
Yeah.
I like how that's how we identify old Silas. I like that that's the case. That's yeah, Nico's bet. You know what? Range and cover. I got that shit locked down. Like, trying to find a doctor in this fucking town is ridiculous. Can't handle this.
We know what you're good at. Nico has a very particular skill set.
I have a very particular set of skills honed
That's right.
for a number of years that involve hurting someone and then running away.
Yeah. Pretty much, and like he staggers to his feet, a little tipsy, and just comes right at you, and he's just like, come here to humiliate me more, boy. Come to crush me a little bit more. Is that why you're here?
No, Silas, that's not why I'm here.
And he gets, maybe a yard away from you. He's still got his ale mug in his hand. You can smell his the liquor on his breath from here.
Yep. Nice.
And he's like, you've got a lot of nerve coming back here, boy.
I was hoping that someone could help me. It appears that's not the case.
He said, I was looking for someone to help me once too.
I don't have a lot of time here, Silas. So I'm going to be as straightforward with you as I can. I'm sorry for what happened. I was trying to lead you down a path that could get you out of that bottle.
He says, you're not sorry, boy. Not yet. And then his hand drops to his belt. Where he goes for his dagger.
I figured.
Yep.
Thank you for disambiguating. I will of course go for mine, but I'll grab mine and get it out and say, Silas, I want you to think very carefully about what you're doing here. I know you're drunk. And I know you're upset. But I do not have time for this bullshit right now. You and I can settle our problems another time. Much more is at stake right now.
He says, I've thought about what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do to you. And the feeble old man lunges.
Of course he does.
Of course.
All right, so let's crush Nico's soul some more. I assume he's going to try and hit me with knife.
Yes, he is.
I assume we're doing a versus.
Yes. Uh, his his intent is actually to he wants to get you at his mercy, right? Like locked up dagger to your throat.
Okay.
Uh, that's
My
way more
my
than I-
my intent is to disarm him, but in a way that is not embarrassing to him.
Okay.
All right. So knife test. That's going to be fun. So I've got
He's
two
a +1 op for being drunk.
Yep, and I have boxing, which I'm more than happy to fork.
Nice.
You gotta punch him in the face to do it if you have to.
Fucking A right. I'm gonna sure Yukin his ass if I have to. My
This
dad.
isn't gonna be embarrassing, but pow.
Yeah.
I got 2.
Okay, so I've got 4 dice. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything else that makes any sense. This doesn't follow a belief, so I'm just gonna roll. Oh, 4. 4s! Of course, now my successes show up when it doesn't fucking matter.
Nice. So yeah, you disarm him. What does that look like?
I'm thinking that he comes at me with a very lazy, like, stab, like he's just trying to, like, fake me out. And I see it as him trying to fake me out, so I know he's going to come with a stab, like, straight out, and then he's going to, like, go up and try and catch me across the neck, just enough to get me to, like, freak the fuck out, so then he could throw me over a table. I figured he had a chair behind me. Like, he moved the conversation around, so I had a chair behind me, so as I step back from the nick, I'm going to fall over a chair, and I'm going to, eat shit, and it's going to be awful. As he comes in for the stab, like, I take the bait, and when he comes up at the neck, like to get the blade there, to force me back over the chair, I move the blade up, and he sees it just in time, and the thing is, he's intentionally slow, like, I'm going to just slit his frickin' wrist. And his only option is to, like, pull back a little bit, and I adjust the blade. It goes right between his hand and the blade, and I'm able to flick the knife out and catch it in the other hand. And it happens, like, immediately. Like, there's, like, he comes at me, step back, and all of a sudden I have both knives.
Fucking stumbles backwards, like not falling over, but like, surprised, and totally disarmed. Clear my dice. And like he realizes that he's lost. He's just like, well, lad, you gonna finish the job then?
Sit down.
He looks like he's gonna argue for a second, and then thinks better of it, and sits.
I made a mistake, Silas. I'm not one for being real honest with what I think at times, and I've been trying to work on that. But I made a mistake in forcing you onto stage and putting you in the worst situation a performer can ever be in. You'd been there when you were younger, and so have I, many times. And you didn't deserve that. That's not what you needed. I did it with the intention to get you to crawl out of that fucking bottle and be the man that you used to be. I was trying to help you and drag you up out of this hole that you found yourself in because you matter to me. Now, I don't have time to fight with you about this and convince you otherwise. You're just going to have to believe me. Because right now, my father's dying. And I'm going to have to rise to the occasion here. I would be very, very glad if I could see you rise to the occasion as well, because I know you can. And he kneels down on a knee and has, like, he still has the knives drawn. But he's like, I know you have the strength in you. I know you do. It's just a matter of getting this, and he pokes the bottle with the knife, and it makes a little ting as he taps on the clay. And this is holding you back. So you have a decision to make. You can either stay angry and drunk at me for a mistake that I admitted to making. Or you can try and understand that I did it out of love for you that I wish I had with the man who now lays dying at home. And with that, he'll basically tip the booze over, and as it's fallen to the ground, he'll stab the knife into the table, stand up and say, we all make choices, Silas. And then he'll walk out.
Nice. Like as you're walking, like the
And it was all
patrons-
very quiet. It was a very quiet conversation. Only people maybe one table away could hear.
Yeah. There's only a handful of people in this place. It's a freaking hole in the wall. And like they'd all kind of turned to see the altercation, and like by the time you're walking out, you get the distinct impression that they're just like, whatever, and have gone back to their liquor. Like, this is the kind of thing that happens here all the time. And so you go. Peter.
And I ride home because I'm a giant fucking embarrassing failure. Could you find a doctor? No, but I did get in a knife fight. And I didn't run away, so that's a victory for me.
What happens at this level mechanically if we stop the bleeding but don't get treatment?
Let's see.
I think he will be absolutely spooked.
Anatomy. We are looking at...
I'm sorry, what rhymes with crippled?
Nothing rhymes with crippled. Nipple.
Oh. He can't recover from it until he receives treatment.
And it either has to succeed or fail. If it fails, it goes up to traumatic, and then he recovers from a traumatic.
No, he's bleeding. He's bleeding.
No, we stopped the bleeding.
Stopped.
He's not bleeding. So
Nope.
if he's not bleeding, we're in recovery.
No,
Yeah.
we need treatment now. We stop the bleeding, then we need to get treatment, then we go to recovery.
So basically, he's in a coma until he gets treated.
Yeah, stopping the bleeding basically, like, it gives you time. This is severe. A severe wound must be tended to before the conclusion of the second scene after its issue, or else the wound progresses to traumatic.
And it still keeps... I think it starts bleeding again.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna futz with time a little bit here. Like, I'll give you time.
So Nico comes back and basically tells me, hey, couldn't find a doctor.
Yeah, well, Nico and okay, I guess Nico would get there probably. You guys will get there roughly around the same time.
Going by the church to see if I can get a doctor.
I think you would eat up more time. I think that would take way too long.
And the deal was that Nico was getting the doctor, so I mean,
Yes.
you can assume he got the doctor. And
Yeah. So that Peter, you've been staying with your dad, who is apparently stable. You guys have had to change change the bandages a couple of times, like they soaked in pretty quick, and then it seems to have slowed but not stopped.
okay,
What are you doing?
while I'm waiting, I will kind of. He kind of takes a little bit of command. He starts getting the I guess he finds the highest ranking servant, which if the steward is still alive, he talks to the steward, but if not, he goes down the list, and basically calls everyone to him and starts having them go take stock of what's damaged, who's been hurt, who's been killed. If there are any who are mortally injured, um, he gets them brought to him, and he'll attempt to heal them with his faith if they are of the faithful. But basically, he's trying to fix what he can and take stock of what has been damaged and just get the situation figured out. Start organizing the people, calm them all down, so they can at least start doing a cleanup effort right now.
Sure. The wounded. There's more wounded than there are dead.
And he'd only worried about those that are so wounded that they would die if not given treatment.
Given the time frame,
they're probably already gone.
Yeah. Like you were able to get to some people at the very beginning, like the blacksmith. Was it, or no? It was the
Houndmaster.
Right. But
basically, okay, then that's fine. He'll basically be like, bringing people to him, and if he sees people that are kind of in a trance and still shocked, he'll kind of snap them out of it and kind of give them a job to do, keep them busy, and then those who aren't as in shock actually take a realistic tally of what's happened and see where we're at and see if we can start fixing some stuff.
Yeah. There's like people do what you say. Like there's a power in trying to return to normalcy after having demons and wizards attack your house. So by the time that you're done, like people are picking up and cleaning up like broken things. And
I also won't let servant lady who tried to kill father out of my sight either.
Okay. I have a name for her.
What is it?
She is goddamn traitor Nursey McMurderface.
Nurse.
Okay, Murder Nurse is staying in my sight.
Murder Nurse. Sure. And that's fine. Like she's cowed. She's not going anywhere. Your father's condition doesn't like that if something doesn't happen, he's gonna run out of time.
I'm putting my faith in my brother to bring us a doctor.
Awesome.
That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed.
Bye.
So hours later, like there's some commotion as horses arrive. First Nico, who took off after a knife fight, followed not long after by Vitaly and Ganya, who had stayed up, taken not a small amount of time to hang out and read for a bit.
Hey, I figured, the doctor would be busy for a while, so...
Right. No, that totally makes sense. I would have assumed the same thing. So yeah, like by the time you guys get back, things are much more organized than were before. The chaos has been mitigated. People are trying to sort things out. Servants take your horses as you're dismounted and tying them out because the stables were the one thing that was on fire, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, some makeshift corrals that they've kind of put up with spare wood and whatnot. Yeah, and you guys are let
So
in.
as soon as Nico comes in, I'm like, where's the doctor?
There wasn't one that was either present or would help me. I'm sorry, brother. I failed.
He kind of stands there and stares at you for a long moment, and he's staring into your eyes, but you realize that he's also kind of not. He's just kind of that's where his eyes happen to be, but he's elsewhere at the moment. Uh, I don't have my book, so I don't know what this would be, but
You gonna hit me?
no. Peter's gonna attempt. He's gonna walk back into where his father is. He's gonna kneel and take his father's hand, um, and he's gonna pray to the Triad. He's gonna say, mother and siblings, I am lost. What do I do? How can I help my father? What can I do to save his life? And I think it's like not intercession, but it's
Guidance.
guidance. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't have my book with me, otherwise I'd be able to look it up. I'm sorry. Oh wait, I do. It's hiding over here. Now.
I knew it was around somewhere.
I'm just lazy.
Guidance. When the way is lost, the priest may ask to know the right path. This prayer can be used in a more metaphorical sense as well. It is Ob 5.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 2 persona on this.
Okay.
Faith, where'd you go? I've only spent 13 persona on you.
Good God.
Total.
Jeez.
10 fate, 13 persona, 1 deeds. Alright,
You are pushing that to go gray.
alright, that's much better than the last one.
That is much better than the last one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
6 successes. You're were you kneeling or just?
I'm kneeling by my father's side. I'm holding his
Okay.
hand, which is probably very pale, and he's just kneeling there, and silent tears in his eyes as he's basically begging the Triad for an answer on how to save his father's life.
Nice. So as you're kneeling there, they're praying. You're overcome with this sense of of things will be okay. You know what I mean? Like a calm, and it's not a voice exactly in your head, not precisely, but you get the feeling that if you do what you can to help him, he will live.
Okay. So he kind of pauses and nods to himself. Like everyone else, he kind of stops and he nods to himself and he wipes some tears away. And he'll look over at some servants nearby and he'll start, bring me hot water. You bring me this. Nico, you practice taxidermy, kind of, right?
Wait, what are you doing?
Someone who knows how to use a needle. Come here, and it's basically like he starts gathering supplies and tries and will attempt to do his best to kind of at least stitch up his father and.
Okay. At this point, I want to arrive and see like Nico outside of, say, Cornelius's bedroom. Like, okay, now that you've got the doctor, we should probably make funeral arrangements So we have a chance to save Murder Nurse's son.
Wait. Ganya, what? What do you mean? What do you mean funeral arrangements?
Well, you have the doctor, so your father's going to be fine.
No, I
But-
don't have the doctor.
Wait, you don't?
No. No
But
one at
that's
the
what you're-
carnival would listen to me.
Oh.
I ended up in a knife fight.
What? Wait, you find a doctor and you got to a knife fight. Lord, man, when are you gonna start taking responsibility?
What do you mean, taking responsibility? I asked everyone that was there. I told them who I really was, and what I ended up with was an old drunk Silas with a knife trying to stab me in the throat. That's what I get. So don't you tell me about trying to take responsibility.
A whole city and not one doctor. And then I just walk off.
Ow!
So then I go in to try to help Peter do what I can for
And
him.
he'll walk in, but he's staring daggers at Ganya, which is awesome.
Vitalia, with all that fancy learning you have from that school of yours, did they ever teach you how to stitch anything up or apply a bandage?
No, there was nothing that they taught me that had to do with making people less dead. It was kind of oriented the other direction.
Just shards and
Yeah, Peter will do his best from basic field stitching and stuff that he's seen or had to maybe perform when he's been with the Knights.
And I have a little bit of anatomy, so I can help.
And the whole time he's just kind of keeps praying to the triad, so.
okay.
Well, I know
And
this is gonna be
he's suddenly not nervous at all. He's not afraid anymore. He goes about it matter of factly, and he just kind of very businesslike. He doesn't quite hum or whistle. That would be a little creepy, but he's very at ease and he's very assured.
Given the nature of the Kozlov's business, I mean, people are bound to get injured in the work that they do. Would they have somebody who could at least, do basic medical care?
Not in time. Not
Okay.
in time to get them and go back, get them, come back before, before,
Yeah.
before it was too late. All right. So you're still gonna have to roll this.
Okay.
Field dressing
Helping?
is the most appropriate skill here.
Okay. Real quick, field dressing is based in.
I believe perception, but I'm going to double check.
I'll check. You just
Okay.
keep doing your thing.
The ob for a severe wound, treating a severe wound with field dressing, is ob 8
Fun.
before doubling because it's beginner's luck. So you're looking at ob 16.
Okay.
It is perception.
Okay, so
And
ready to.
It requires the tools of traveling gear.
Do you have traveling gear?
I do.
I already was barking commands for people to bring me the stuff that I thought I'd need anyways, which is basic needles and thread and all that other stuff, which I'm assuming we'd have around the house somewhere.
Yeah. There's some. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you don't need a double ob for not having adequate tools, because that would suck.
I think we've already arrived at Suckville,
Yes.
John. We're already there. We don't need to show up there we don't need it.
We don't need to also be there with jet lag.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so If you fail, I say if. Sorry, I'm
And what is he at? Severe or traumatic?
This is severe.
Okay.
Let's see. So rather than him, he will live. He will survive. His wound will not roll up. It will be. Let me see. Failed treatment. He's going to be he's going to be permanently injured, like no matter what. He will live. He will lose some of his faculties, but not entirely.
Basically, like his perception and will might drop a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we help?
I got an anatomy helping die from Ganya.
You can absolutely help. And this is a stat test, so you can help with perception if you would like.
Well, my perception's a 6, so I help with 2 dice.
Very nice.
And if I somehow succeed, we all earn a impossible, challenging test for perception.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll help.
Did you miss me?
I think there's a shot in a dog in a Kristen.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Was that
That's
a video?
not my house. Oh, okay. Somebody's watching that on Vine. I see.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I have headphones in. How does that?
It came through your speakers. Must have.
She has no speakers.
You have no speakers. Well, we could hear it.
Huh.
We heard.
No.
You
Sorry
missed me.
about that.
It's okay.
All right. I'm not gonna spend Persona because I've only got 8 dice already. So let's do this.
I was gonna say, if you succeed, he gets to go normally. Like.
Yeah, if I succeed, I'd spend Persona to get up to a 10, and that still wouldn't do me much good.
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
I see 2 6s.
Why the
You
fuck
only need
not?
11 more.
Why the fuck not? I'm gonna fade it. This is how it's done, right? No,
No.
but that's okay. He survives.
Yeah, he will survive. Your attempt at field dressing is ugly and amateurish, and like he is not going to.
He's
to
gonna have a
not-
massive scar across his face.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be caught.
And there's no telling like what kind of permanent damage was done. Like as you're stitching him up, you can see that like the wound's pretty deep. But you are assured he will live, and he will recover. It will take some time, but.
Oh my god.
But his breathing, like by the time you're done, he's still unconscious, but at least his breathing is a little stronger.
He's gonna be bedridden for a couple months at least.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And like once you're done, once he's good and set, then some of his some of the servants come down and they'll gently take him back upstairs to his chambers where he can, be bedridden in his bed.
I'm gonna then turn to the murder nurse, and I'm gonna kneel down next to her because I'm assuming she's cowed in a corner or sitting somewhere. And his hands will be mostly scrubbed, but there's still blood under the fingernails and in the knuckle creases and everything. And he kind of puts a hand on her shoulder and says, I apologize for the anger I showed you before. I swear to you I will do all in my power to rescue your son and bring him back to you.
Yeah, she just nods like guiltily, almost like she doesn't really believe you. Like, you can tell she doesn't really believe you, but she's not going to disagree with you.
And I say, let me speak to my companions for a moment. But when I have a chance, I'll come and we will work this out, and I will bring him back to you. I swear upon the mother that you will be returned. You will be reunited with your child. And then I stand up and I go find Nico, who's right there somewhere.
Yep, I am right there, looking at my father. The face now.
And Vitaly and Ganya, and I'll kind of nod to them and I'll say, did you find out anything?
We found out that your father officially withdrew support from the Lycaeum.
That would explain yesterday's events. I'm assuming it's been so long it's the next day now.
Yeah, it's like that whole thing takes a lot of time. Actually, you guys are all pretty freaking tired. The sun's crept well past the horizon, and it's that glue, you can see the pale light of dawn coming in through windows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's officially reached the oh my god time of day.
Well, there's now an issue we have to resolve, Nico. Father is going to be bedridden for months. Someone needs to take up his mantle and lead this family until he is fit to return.
Yes, someone has to.
And we all know Peter's pretty busy trying to rally support in town.
I think Peter's pretty busy trying not to get arrested and killed.
How's that?
I know this flies in the face of the life you live and the life you love, Nico, but this might be something you have to do.
And, brother, I think that I can't do this alone.
Listen, Nicodemus, I was a little hard on you before. It's been a long, I don't know, year. The past couple days, even more so. But I think you're the only one who can do this, but you will always have support from us.
This place was in chaos, and I came back hours later, and it started to resume normal operation. That couldn't have happened with me here. That happened because Peter was here.
That happened because it needed to happen.
And Peter made it necessary.
You would have done the same, brother. Your love for the people who serve us surpasses even my own.
Really?
Nicodemus, if you just stop running and start facing what you need to do, you can do great things. You are a great man, and you have a great heart.
As Sam says, I think I smell something.
I'm sorry. When what I did was run to find a doctor, and then failed to find one. That's what I did. My father is laying there with a slash in his head from a wizard, a demon, I don't know. And what do? I go and try and find a doctor. I leave this place, you know, completely unattended, and my brother puts it together in the short amount of time I was gone. You guys smell what I smell?
I was gonna say I know Peter was indicating that he would, if we were at a table, he would be reaching for the scripting sheet.
Yep,
Yeah.
as am I.
My stake in this argument is to play devil's advocate, and I believe that Nico should take up the family business and come back and lead the family.
All right, lead the family. What's yours here?
Mine
Become the new Duke until the old Duke recovers.
Mine is that my brother and I are co-stewards. And we both, he leads the things here, well, I'm basically a figurehead. Like, yep, the brothers are taking care of shit, and it's actually Peter just running the show. But the reason for that is, like, the reasoning behind it is that Nico can't run the show just yet because his confidence is absolutely destroyed. He's like, yeah, I have these connections, I know these people. And they absolutely fucking abandoned him when we needed a doctor to fix his dad. So he's like, I can't, you can't put me in the suit and put me up front.
I say I'm gonna attempt something here. I'm gonna say perhaps this shouldn't be done in a room that was so close to death. And he kind of motions down to the kitchens. And if everyone will follow him, he's going to attempt to get out some teas and some wine that he knows Nico likes. So he's going to try to test Nico wise to help give a bonus advantage die to his body of argument roll when that comes up.
Nico wise.
All right.
I'm basically bringing Nico to one of the few places in the house he actively didn't hate, which was the kitchens. You know, good food, good drink.
Okay, awesome. This is beginner's luck? Yes.
Yeah.
Rooted in perception. It's so sad that nobody got to log a perception test for that.
Did she get to log her? She helped with anatomy. Does she still log that if my perception test fails?
Yeah, she still gets. You get an Ob 8 anatomy test.
Oh,
So she got a challenging anatomy.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought we could only help with perception because it was
No, skills can help stats.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, damn it. I don't think I have anything but perception, though, that would have made any sense. I would love to help with a beginner's like foraging.
Last time it
Berry.
was an Ob 2 to know what he liked, an Ob 1 or a 2.
Yeah, that's. I'm looking in traits. I don't think. Like, what kind of cheese you want? That's an interesting fact. Like, not a deep dark secret, right?
Yeah.
What did he go for, the red or the white?
Ooh, where's this details? Specific. You're going for wine and cheese that he likes, yes?
Yeah.
Specific ones. I think
Yeah.
you're looking at details. It's Ob 3.
So Ob 6?
Ob 6. 6 dice. Or, well,
However, what's the failure consequence if he picks the bad cheese?
No. Here's what it is. I get a
Link
drink.
test.
I'm gonna try to say this right now, if this is okay. I'm gonna say our mom, one of the things she loved was wine, and so this was like the last bottle of wine that was made when she was around. And if I succeed, you remember the good memories, and if I fail, you just realize that more family members are dead, and this is like everything's falling down around us. And so, and I have 4 dice.
What I realize is that everything was fine until I showed up and yelled at Dad.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Which will then translate into a +1 Ob.
Nope, that's 2.
That is 2. That is 2. Well, you do get the beginner's luck test. So, wait, do you? Ob 3 on 4 dice?
Yeah.
Is that routine?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
I
I'll
think
look
you're
it up. Keep driving forward.
Yep. So so you're going to be at +1 ob.
So basically, one of my successes towards my BOA goes away.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That
4
is-
dice op 3.
And I don't mention it. I don't like, hey, this is mom's wine. It's just like, that's what I grab. And so,
4 dice ob 3
Yeah.
yeah.
is difficult.
Ah!
No test log.
Cock.
Like he pulls it, and as soon as he pops the cork, and pours a glass, like it's the smell that gets you at first, like.
Yep.
And it's the smell that reminds you of your mother.
And it's
You.
he flashes back to when they were in the kitchen drowning their sorrows after the funeral.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Like you're commiserating your father's funeral and he's not dead, he's just upstairs. Awesome. So go ahead and roll your body of argument, guys.
Is this a big deal? I think it's a pretty fucking big deal because this is going against everything that Nico's been about. Like, I have a belief about I'm gonna rejoin on my terms, and I've been like, there's been 2 awesome like fuck you dad conversations. I feel like this is a pretty big deal.
Matt, how are you feeling?
I agree. I just have to really quick find. Wait, I think I have it. Hang on. I'm finding my Duel of Wits sheet that I think I have already on my computer. Yes. Duel of Wits. There we go.
There you go. Now
Mr. Duel of Wits.
the other 2 of you, you guys can help either side that you want in any given volley. So like you don't always have to help one. Like whoever makes the best argument, you're not required to help anybody. Of course, I'm just
But
saying.
if you stay in the room and you don't leave the scene, you have to abide by what happens.
Yeah. Yep. Not that it doesn't. Not that it in this case it necessarily directly affects you. So it's not like you're standing idly by while people make binding legal contracts for you. But yeah, being in the scene makes you a party to it. So go ahead and script, guys, and let me know when you're ready. I will.
First of all, hang on. I'm going to use my counter. My BOA is my main skill is going to be persuasion, and my will is 6, so I have a BOA of 10 -1 because of my bad links test.
Wow, that really sucks. You're good at arguing. I am not as good as arguing. So I've got a 4, and I'm actually going to use oratory, which puts me at a 7.
So you're going to make big, grandioso speeches.
That's the idea.
Perfect for a politician.
I was gonna say, sure. You've got an audience. You have an audience of exactly 2.
This sounds like a fantastically awful.
Audience of 3.
Oh,
Vitaly's
yeah.
here.
Oh, I was counting Vitaly and Ganya.
Oh, not me. I'm not the audience.
Well, technically, you are part of the audience. Oratory is just fun because you can direct things not to the person that you're arguing against. Friends, listen to what this man says. I will be on book for you guys because these are my favorites because I don't have to do anything.
Yep. Yeah, I bet they are. I'm going to end up in a monkey suit this time.
All right, I am ready.
I am also scripted.
All right.
Volley
My
one.
first action. Avoid the topic.
Avoid the topic.
So, trying to help really push this, hey, memory thing is good. He kind of slowly swirls the wine, sniffs it, takes a drink, and comments about, the wine and the smoothness and the flavor and the vintage, blah blah blah, and he takes a little bit of cheese to go with it, and that's his avoid.
My avoid? That was the last bottle. Are you out of your mind?
What a way to start.
Awesome.
A double avoid. No one tests their will.
No test. Volley 2.
Point.
You got that?
I got a point.
Damn it, fate. I totally thought you were gonna
I almost did too. I was like, should I do a rebuttal? No, I'm gonna do a point. All right. So my point. Actually, you got to do your fate first,
I'll
don't you?
offer the dummy point first. You know, there are laws about this sort of thing. And I specifically remember a law about brothers in a situation just like ours. Is how he starts.
Okay. And he'll come back and say, I understand where you're coming from, Lord Boyer, and he uses an official title that he's kind of assuming you're going to take at this point.
I think it would be...
Or, no, Your Eminence. Yeah, I understand, Your Eminence.
Your Grace.
Your Grace. I understand, Your Grace.
Grace trait. Better or worse.
But, of course, it is within the scripture that a man who has taken his vows cannot run a household. It is a conflict of one's duties to the people. But you need not worry. You though this situation is dire, you are a capable leader, one who is filled with compassion. So I am going to be rolling persuasion.
Does anybody have anything to add? Anybody helping on? I was gonna say either side, but does anybody want to help Peter?
Yeah, I'm gonna help Peter.
Why you gotta be that way, Haley?
Because I wrote a belief about it.
Yeah, but I didn't think it would bite me in the ass like this.
This is weirdly affecting my belief of convincing father to make Nico his heir. I'll just make Nico his heir while he's sleeping, and then when he wakes up.
OBT dubs.
BT dubs.
Sorry. Ganya, go ahead.
Matt, you're... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Haley.
You have a good heart and a good head on your shoulders, and if you apply yourself, I think you could do
have the
a
potential.
whole lot of good here, while Peter and I can get people together in town. I know the current events have shaken you even more than before, but Peter has his duties, I have my duties, and you have yours. Persuasion.
What'd you say? Persuasion?
Yep,
Okay.
that is a help with persuasion. Yes, Matt, your BOA should be 1 die lower.
Oh, hey, yeah, thank you.
Right back.
Would it be 1 or would it be 2? Because his will is dropped and his skill is dropped.
No, just 1. I think it would double dip to.
Then you would just get someone on their deathbed when they're really hurt, and you could go arguing for everything.
Well, yeah, like that's.
Give me all your money now. Thank you.
That is a legit strategy in my opinion.
Yeah, didn't Lex Luthor do that in Superman Returns?
I would hope so. It's a very effective way of winning Duel of Wits.
Vitaly, are you doing anything here, or is he not on the thing?
No, he's there. He's
He's just
is Vitaly helping at all?
Helping who?
Either one of us.
Me.
Who do you feel like you is in the right in the argument here? Or if you don't feel anybody is, you don't have to help, I guess.
Well, Vitaly's inclination would be to help Nico.
But does he want to help Nico put him in the right position he needs to be in, or just back his side?
Like a bro.
I was going to say, you're welcome to add anything in. Unfortunately, Nico does not get to test because he's scripted.
So it won't make a difference, right?
Right now.
But
Well, yeah,
Thanks.
I
It'll add
won't chime in just yet.
All right, I'll spend a persona.
Matt. Why? Why do you hate me?
Because as you said, this is a big deal. All right. So far 4. I'm going to fate the 6.
Come on.
5.
Okay, so that's a major compromise.
So, volley 3.
Point.
Rebuttal.
Mm.
You were one off with that with that feint.
Yeah.
Yep. And I almost did it the other way around.
And I would have been rude.
Yes, you would have. So he'll just kind of look around the room and say, and just kind of look at him, put hands to himself and go, do you really want me leading this family? Do you really want someone who runs at the first sign of any danger to be in the courts, to be in front of Lord Rabanov, to be in front of, let's see, the diplomat that wants to murder me? Because apparently he holds me personally responsible for murdering his sister, in his eyes. Of course, she was just executed, but you really want a toxic asset like that at the head of this family?
And Peter puts his hand on your shoulder and says, but Nico, when it's mattered, you stuck with your family. And you've been there. You've been protecting me this whole time. Yeah, your instinct is great for my argument. Or your belief. And he says, when it matters, you do the right thing. And you're frozen in the masturbation pose. That's amazing. All right. Hang on, I gotta look at some stuff here. He says, I've always trusted your judgment, even if Father disagreed with it, and I know that you will do what's best for this family. And your grace. All right, so
That's a dirty word.
All right,
I say it so I can fork in etiquette.
Before you go to dice pools, does anybody want to help on either side?
Yes.
Anybody want to chime in?
Please, Ganya.
So,
I'll stay out if you stay out.
You guys making those looks at each other like you really want to get in between these two?
Yeah, hey, this is a Boyer matter.
no, I'm gonna speak up, and I'm gonna be like, Nico, we're gonna be here to help you. We will be here to advise you, but we have important things to do. I mean, we have to divide and conquer to topple the darkness in this city. We can't all be in one place at the same time and succeed. There's too much at risk. We need to be where we can help the best. Oh yeah.
Okay. Vitaly.
I think putting Nico in charge of House Boyer is the perfect thing if you want House Kozlov to regain its previous position. We know that it has ties to the Lycaeum, and if you put Nico in there, no offense, Nico, but looks like a much weaker leader, and he doesn't have the support of the church behind him. He doesn't have those connections. So if you put Nico in there, you are leaving your house wide open to House Kozlov. But, make whatever decision you think is best.
But, whatever you guys want to do. That was good. That is good stuff right there. All right, so it sounds like a helping die to each of you.
Okay.
After
my bonuses and my penalty, I'm sitting at 6. So
and how many dice do you have, Sam?
Well, I've got 3 for oratory. I'm forking in rhetoric, persuasion, and the helping die I get from Vitali.
So that's 6.
And I'm sitting at 6.
Okay. Matt, how do you want to split?
I'm gonna do 3 and 3.
3 and 3?
So his attack first against my defense, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Big money, no whammy.
I'm gonna fake 6.
No whammy. Oh, 1 frickin' 2.
Wow.
Wow.
You want to fake the 6?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fating the 6.
I'm sitting at 3 successes.
Come on.
Really?
Oh, come
Really?
on, you fucking dice!
So basically, I got none off of you.
No, but you
Yeah.
do get 3 dice on, or 3 on 6 dice for the test.
So that's what a challenging for oratory.
That should be routine. 6
Oh,
dice
yeah.
against an up 3.
Oh, 6 on row. Yeah, I heard that backwards.
Yep.
So, and now for the really painful part.
Yep. And I got to mark down that I put fate on persuasion.
Come
Nothing!
on. Yes!
Oh, you have survived!
But Matt, you do get the 3 dice against a 2 for which I think is still routine.
I already marked the test for persuasion.
Okay.
This
Okay.
Okay.
So that finishes out that exchange. Feel free to rescript, gentlemen.
I am scripted.
As am I.
All right. First volley. Avoid the topic.
Dismiss.
Can I avoid a dismiss?
Ooh. Dismiss. Avoid does not test.
All right. So basically, like, I turn to a servant. I'm like, "Can you fetch us some more cheese, please?"
And he'll pull out his knife and slam it down on the table like he did with Silas. And it will knock over the wine glass that he had out. And he will catch the wine bottle before it tips over. You want to talk about cheese, brother. You want to talk about wine. You want to lure me down here with memories of the past to convince me to do what you want. I'm a fuck up. I got out of this family for a reason. Because only bad things happen when I'm around. And that's just when I'm here. Extrapolate that to if I'm in charge. By my best estimate, you'll be dead. Ganya will be in slavery. Batali will be sacrificed. And this house will be in ashes. Is that what you want for this family?
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. Avoid does get to test.
Oh! Are you
Sorry.
kidding me?
I'm sorry.
But it doesn't have a little tack mark on the
Oh
thing.
no, you're right. You're right. Avoid versus dismiss does not test. Dismiss.
I can rebut a dismiss, but I can't avoid a dismiss.
Right. Right.
You're over here talking about cheese, and I'm over here slamming you.
I was looking at the chart wrong.
Okay.
Uh,
I think my brother's trying to intimidate the shit out of me.
yes.
Help me.
So your intimidation plus 2D.
No, not intimidation. Oratory.
Oratory.
I'm in no way threatening him. I'm giving a speech about how much I suck.
Okay, so oratory plus 2D. Anybody want to chime in?
Or would it be rhetoric? Nah, he was.
No.
Now that was emotion, not logic.
That was emotion. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Vitali, buddy.
Yeah, I think the best thing that Nico has going for him right now is that he's unknown. I don't rule out the possibility that maybe someday he will be ready to lead the house, but today he's not ready. I think that remaining anonymous and continuing to live his life until he reaches a point that he chooses to come and lead the house is the most important thing. Peter could lead the house today. He's shown that today.
So, I assume that's one die I'm getting help with.
Yep.
I'm sitting at 8 dice.
From what's your total? How are you getting all this? I need to know my pain.
Oratory, rhetoric, persuasion.
I thought there wasn't rhetoric because it was emotional.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Nah, he did say, imagine this, now extrapolate that. He expected you to look, okay, this is the baseline. Imagine how bad this is going to be.
Mm.
That's why
He,
I
did,
phrased
he,
it that
he
way.
slippery sloped you.
Yes.
I was gonna say there's nothing that says you can't use a logical fallacy in your favor. Or can't use a logical fallacy in your favor. Yeah, no, I think that's fine.
So that's why I'm sitting at 8. And what's your body of argument?
7. Or no, 8.
8? I'm not thinking a persona's going to help here because all I've got to do is get you below half, and because I'm not going to win. I'm definitely not going to win. So
Unless you pull a miracle.
unless I pull a range and cover, which is what I'm now. So let's see how that 1, 2,
What's your defense?
3. No 6s. God, I wish I was Gray Shade.
You don't have a call on. You could always you can spend your deeds.
No, not on oratory.
Okay. So that's 3.
I get knocked down to 5.
Yep.
It's just not below half.
Next volley, dismiss.
Yeah, I have hesitate.
I thought this conversation was over.
So Peter just, slaps his hand down on the table and says, "You want me to take command? I'm taking command. You will lead this family. Now, end of discussion."
That sounds like an intimidate
With a command fork.
with command.
Or could I do a command with an intimidate fork?
I would say definitely intimidate. I don't even know if command is necessarily appropriate. He's not really a subordinate.
All right. Do you want to help me out, Haley?
Sure,
I'll
addressing
be in charge. You be in charge.
Yeah.
I buy command because he's my older brother.
Okay.
He's fucking telling me what to do.
I'll help out here.
Well, I can modify that too if I want to. I was like, when we were younger, I always had to be the one to tell you what to do. Well, now I'm telling you what to do again.
Oh God, this is ridiculous. All right.
This is awesome. If that's what you mean by ridiculous.
Actually, you know what? I don't want your help, Haley. He's just gonna say that and like with finality, like he doesn't want anyone else to add on after that.
Okay.
All right, so let's see.
Fine.
Oh, that was a close one.
Ah, and then the six popped up as the last.
All right. So
That's 3. That knocks you down to neg 1.
that does not get down to neg 1. Would you guys like to figure out any?
I think a good compromise would be that I would still be, a very close advisor. At any time he needed, he could absolutely bend my ear, and he would have my input on it. But he would be the figurehead, the nominal head of the family.
I'm not the figurehead. I am the head of the family.
Yep.
the Black Lion.
The acting head, yeah.
The head and the figure. Basically, no, you're the face of the family now as well.
Yeah.
You lead the family, and you are the face of it.
Yeah. So basically, Daddy Boyer's gone, like, he's bedridden, so here's that son we talked about.
Guess what? You just took over your duties as heir. Yeah.
So my compromise was my stakes were that we would be basically co-stewards.
Yeah.
And that it was not a formal thing. My compromise is, or what I would offer, is that the press release, for lack of a better word, is that until such a time that Cornelius Boyer can make the decision himself, Nicodemus Boyer will be temporary acting head of the family with support from people. It doesn't mention you explicitly, but the implication is that I'm basically stepping in on an acting basis.
Interim Duke.
Yeah.
Pro tem.
Yeah.
The only thing that worries me, and this is just talking as a player, is if you do say that he is temporarily stepping in and only until Father says otherwise, is that kind of gives the impression of a weak base for the family, like what Vitaly's character was bringing up.
You don't have to accept my proposed compromise. You won the argument.
No, but I know, but I want to discuss it at least with you.
Yeah.
Because basically, I think, especially in medieval society, you want to just show that power. There's been a transfer of power without any loss of power. So Nicodemus is in charge. His father has been dealt a grievous injury, so he has taken over. But he has. But yeah, I'm totally fine with you saying like he has the support, and he has the support of his brother.
The wanted criminal.
Well, but without saying his brother, he's got support from those around him, and so the press release, like if someone does some digging, they'll be like, yeah, he's got connections with his brother. But actually, no. I like the idea that you can mention me by name because the common folk will like that.
That is true.
Yep. I was about to say, the family itself is rallying together, and, he has the...
The legitimate heir, Nicodemus Boyer, has taken over.
Have the common folk ear, basically. I mean, they've both been among the townsfolk, and which is a very, very powerful thing.
Yep. Question, Sean.
Yes.
We know that the city has a police force.
Yeah.
We know that the church has an army.
Mm-hmm.
Does the city have an army?
Not a professional army.
Okay.
They raise levies when there needs to be a war.
Which comes from the common folk.
But yeah, they're.
And then they start talking about the C word. Conscription.
Oh.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was actually referring to a boat.
Oh, I was thinking commodity.
You really
Yeah.
got to get rid of the C word, Michael.
That's right.
I'm standing right here. Anyway, so the compromise would be that, like, oh yeah, like it's all perfectly happy and
Yeah, it was basically a transfer of power, but you have the support um,
of all
Uh,
parties involved.
of all parties involved, and Peter wouldn't be averse to you saying that you directly mentioning by name saying he's supporting you.
Okay.
Because this will also help with our recruitment efforts we're trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, I accept that compromise.
Okay. So he says, as always, I'm always in charge of you, and then he says, fine. So I'm just gonna take charge again, do what needs to be done, grow up, take lead of this family.
And I'm hesitating.
I was going to say, well, you get to make your steel test at +1 up.
You're welcome for earning a steel test.
Can I? I don't think it's gonna matter because my steel is fucking ridiculous. Well, it's 6. It's at +1 obs, so that's 6 on a 7. That's a challenging.
Yeah.
Nice. Boom, boom. Well, fuck. Course I can fucking.
The testing doesn't matter because you'll only hesitate for 2 seconds anyway.
No, but I want to take the test, but I want to voluntarily fail. Can I do that and still get the
Well,
test?
you are in total volition of what you do. You're not forced to do anything. You can do what you want.
You know what? I want to.
Okay.
If I still get the test, I want to voluntarily fail.
Okay, what do you do?
Run screaming. Now I'm still bound by the argument.
Yep.
But I love how this is gonna look. He just he sees you do this, and he turns around and bolts.
Just like when we were kids, he runs throwing a tantrum. And then Peter just kind of stops and
I was gonna say like as before the door swings closed, you see like one of the servants that's still awake, like.
and then I just
Do you need any help in here, my lords?
he rolls his eyes just a little bit because in his mind he does get reminded of temper tantrums from younger days, and he says, "I think His Grace would like a cup of tea with some extra honey added in, please."
And I just pat Peter on the shoulder.
I find it surprising that Ganya's not chasing after me. You have a belief about this.
I know, and I would, but
Chase that belief! Chase
I
it,
think-
Ganya!
I think this is a good place to let off for the night.
I think you're right.
It's really where I was going with that.
Oh, before we do, Vitaly, are you going to let anybody know that you have keys basically to the Lycaeum basement, or is that something you're going to keep in your back pocket, so to speak?
With all of this shit going on, that might be a discussion for another day. I'm just like, how did these fucking people overthrow House Kozlov?
Shock at the moment.
I'm like embarrassed for my family beyond the fact that they're evil bastards.
Yeah.
But if they fell to us, what does that say about them?
That's a good point.
That there's something that did not come down the paternal line.
What, the cowardice, or?
I don't know.
That's the bad C word. Let's not talk about that one.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Dwarves
All right.
don't like that one especially.
So with that, should we Arda it up?
I think we should totally Arda it up.
And okay.
Now, question: personal goal, is it a character's goal or is it a player's goal for the character?
Generally, it's player's goal for the character because characters don't play games. Players get play games.
The question is, has Sam wanted Nico to eventually take control of the family at some point in the game?
I figured it was going to happen eventually. Like I talked about how he's logically like that's the reason I took Spartacus. He's logically a good leader. Like he sympathizes with the people, and he may not have the skill set, but he has the temperament for it. Like he knows the common folk, and he's not an arrogant noble.
All right. When we get there, I'll lobby for you for that, Sam.
All right.
Doing all the other shit he needs to do.
So I want to do this a little bit faster than we usually get through because I know it's late for you guys, but I want to make sure we have a little bit of time. So rather than reading every single belief, just I'm going to start with Haley and just let me know which ones got hit, which ones didn't.
Yeah, so there's the convincing Nico to take a more active role in the city's future.
That got played an awful lot. Yeah, I would say it's probably complete. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. I would say Persona for that. It's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Putting Nico in charge of the house.
This is an awful.
Evidence against the cam. No.
Yeah, not so much.
I'd say she acted towards it because she overheard some of the shit that was being talked about between Vitali and, Tabernacle, whatever his name was.
I wouldn't count it.
Spartak.
She didn't act on it yet, though. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't talk to Father Boyer, so no.
I would say fate, because
saving his life so you could talk to him later.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
I would say fate. Although you'll probably want to change that one anyway, because it's kind of a moot point, or at least it's something that needs to get backburned for now.
So instincts, no. Traits, no. Nope.
Okay. Matt.
I have a belief about convincing Father to help the city by leading it. If I think fate towards that just for keeping him alive.
Yep.
Okay.
Does that mean you're going to try and put Nico in charge of the city too?
Yeah.
Sounds like an awesome idea that will in no way make this city have hashtags associated with Rome.
All right. I will convince Father to make Nico his heir for the strength of our family as he died. I didn't convince Father, but I got Nico as the heir.
I would say that was completed in spirit. Does everybody agree with that?
Nope.
Yeah, that's Persona. Done.
And then traits: disciplined, rose-tinted glasses, overly familiar, and open and honest. I don't know if any of them really got me in trouble.
Yeah, not so much.
All right.
I don't think. All right, Vitali.
Let's see. I may have placed Peter in danger. I'll make sure no one from my family harms him. I think that one, because I was like, we got to get back to the Boyers. We got to get back to Peter because he was there by himself, and there had just been ham folks there.
Right. Yeah, I think definitely fate. I don't. Is that something that you're going to keep around, or are you going to change that?
Yeah, no, that's got to stay.
Okay.
Except for it might have to expand to include somebody who's just been put in danger. And then the other one was I need to find out who else is disillusioned with the Lycam. I will speak to Spartak.
Yeah, Persona.
All right. I always speak my mind as an instinct.
Yes.
I would definitely say, the risk of getting between two brothers in a heated argument, and you're like, hey, I don't think we should put him in charge, but, do whatever you think is right.
He's just, I love that you're not much younger than fucking Nico, but you're like, no, that sounds like an awesome idea if you want to fuck your family up.
Right.
Matter of fact.
Yeah, and cynical.
Yeah. I would say fate for both of those.
And that should be it for me.
All right.
Okay. No on my first one. I don't know what to think about my second one because I burned a fuckload of Arta on it.
All right. So what's your second one?
I must return home, but I will not have my life lived for me. I will make Father accept me back into the family on my terms.
I would say mold break. Well, I would
Yeah,
say
that was
I would say
not
fate, and then you're gonna want to change that, like, because you fought for that one, but you kind of had your life lived for you on your other people's terms.
Yeah, I think. Well, the thing is, but I had the belief Peter's the only family left to me. I must do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Motherfuck, fucking brother, screwing me over, you ass.
Hey, and then it was like, you're like, I fuck up and run away from everything. I'm like, but you've been protecting me. And you're like, shit, I have been.
Yeah, yeah. I would say fate, and take a fate for that belief.
Okay. And then Peter's the only family left to me. I must do whatever is necessary to keep him safe. I think agreeing to the compromise, being able to be like, yep, my brother approves of me. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like throwing my lot in with him. So.
Yep. Fate for that.
Fate for that. No instincts. I didn't. Well, I don't know. Did I? I don't think I lied. I didn't use falsehood when I could have used something else.
No, you didn't lie. You didn't lie at all.
I am just a giant fuck up. That is true. I don't think any of my traits came in handy, other than I didn't really play it paranoid or loner, and I'm not really rising like there was no rabble to rouse.
Yeah, not so much. I would have said loner because you went out on your own to look for the doctor, but that made sense. Like that wasn't a. I don't need your help.
Since he couldn't get our help, he failed miserably and ended up pissing off Silas and not bringing a doctor back.
And Dad
that is true. That is true. Sure, fate for that.
Okay, that's it for my bits.
All right. Humor for an in-character game stopper. Anything? Not a whole lot of funny.
No.
I think the one and only time I've seen that done well. No, wait, that was right skill, right time with Magic Whistle. Never mind, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thing, though.
All right, right skill, right time. Didn't really come up. There was a lot of unskilled stuffs.
Once I learn Nico Wise, it will be so awesome.
Unless Reed comes into it.
No, because that's a skill that comes from your
that's right.
life paths, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was even required. I think you had to take Reed. Embodiment for really good or distinctive role playing. I kind of feel like everybody deserves one of these bad boys.
I've been having so much fun with this game, and I love it because everyone just gets so into character and so many cool ideas. And
I'm just sad we don't have a real table to slam our hands down.
Oh my god, that would have been so awesome! I still would be wincing in pain, but it would have been awesome.
There's nothing like a duel of wits where people are actually slamming their fists into the table.
And shaking fingers and
and yelling.
Getting up in faces.
Yeah, we had one duel of wits in a past game where we scripted dismiss at the same time, and both of our arguments were you, no, you. And neither of us won, so we stood there and stared at each other, and then started arguing again. It was hilarious.
I'm vaguely scared to be in an actual same room duel of wits with your wife now.
Yeah.
Especially if you script dismiss.
Yeah. All right, Mold Breaker. Does anybody deny or disagree that it should go to Nico?
I totally should go to Nico.
All right.
Now I gotta put on. I don't even know how to put on a fucking cummerbund.
No, you don't.
You have servants for that thing.
That's going on Twitter right now.
So that's a persona. Workhorse. I'm going to nominate Vitaly. I think Vitaly helped with just about every single thing.
and learned more valuable information.
Yes.
I'll take it.
MVP. is kind of a toss-up to me between Matt and Haley.
I'd say Matt,
I think it's Peter.
You guys think Peter?
because he got the house in order.
Yeah, and then he got Nico
And
in
then
as
flew in.
yeah.
I won't say no.
All right. So okay, I think we're all in agreement. Vote goes to Peter for MVP.
So Nico
So-
got embodiment and mold breaker in one go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did I get embodiment?
Yes.
Yeah, we all got embodiment.
Yeah, I did. Because I was down to 2. Now I'm up at 4.
That's funny.
It only took sacrificing my character's complete way of life.
Yeah.
Well, it only took your brother forcing you to sacrifice your way of life.
I didn't
You
say.
won't be bitter for that, will you? No.
Yeah, that
No,
won't
no.
like you.
All right. Now everybody was helping patch up Daddy, right?
Yes.
Except me. I was somewhere else.
Were you somewhere else?
Unless fear of a loved one dying is like a 5 or a 6, I didn't earn any steel tests that could help me.
Witnessing real bloodshed and gore. I would say watching somebody inexpertly try to patch up a severely injured man counts. Also, being in a brawl or fist fight or riot, I would count knife fight amongst those two things. So everybody involved with either one of those situations gets to log an OB3 steel test.
Does OB3 help anyone anymore still?
You.
Interesting. Usually I find that people need the routines.
Well, because I think we're all at 6 or higher.
Are you? Dang.
So we need to see some.
Yeah, I'm a 6.
We need to see some scary shit now, man.
All right. Anything else? Do you guys have any idea about your game plan for next session? Like, what you guys want to do?
I have some ideas. Go ahead, Sam.
I want to murder the fuck out of some Lyceum students.
Well, I think we were given the task of recruiting people and doing outreach to the community there.
Yeah, I can do the Batman stuff at night.
And we still need to do some recruitment stuff, so I think I'm going to start trying to get a drive going of, hey, you don't like the current leadership? You think somebody with better values who's not going to consort with demons should be in charge? Start heading out towards the Boyer estates. We might just have a little shindig out there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, rev up the town folk to put their support to Boyer, and to put pressure on the other nobles to do so as well, and then we can really rally up the support to fight against the Lyceum. Also,
Sorry.
do whatever I can to make it hard on Sokolov to exist.
Ooh. Nice. Actually, I take that back. There's not going to be murder. There's going to be interrogation of the wizard that didn't die in the range and cover.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy. What kind of injury did he have?
2 severes.
2 severes.
2 middies that bled to severe and stopped.
He may not have survived, guys.
He should. The bleed stops at severe.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Middies bleed to severe and stop.
God, I forgot about that. Yeah, we're definitely interrogating that.
Because that's what Darren had when you attacked me with the
that's
spear
right.
guy, and then I rode on a horse.
We just
That's
need to
fine.
have him. We just need to have him wake up now, which will take a while, but we're good.
Oh no, we'll nurse him back to kind of health while he's one flew over the cuckoo's nested to the bed.
Get him to 1 die so when you interrogate him, there's no resisting.
This makes you okay. You made a fundamental assumption here. I'm not going to interrogate him. I'm going to circle up Nurse Ratched, and she's going to interrogate him.
I was gonna say I think
Murder nurse.
doesn't Ganya actually have interrogation?
No.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you had that as a skill.
We have a church full of inquisitors that can help you.
Oh, yeah.
There's some stuff about the Lycam I might want to talk to the group about.
Yeah, I think
Which
so.
will get. Which will
Like
get.
their research dungeon.
Like the research dungeon that I have a key to.
Well, Sean, is that good for the broadcast?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop.
Thank you, listeners.
Good night.